Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dom and today we are going to be playing with the new Glamlite Chocolate Martini palette. This is one of 4 palettes in the new Happy Hour collection by Glamlite. So yeah, this one is just a really beautiful neutral palette with some pops of gold, purples, oranges, nice peanut buttery shades that are just mwah, so pretty and so beautiful. So these palettes, they are available still now on the Glamlite website, and I believe most of the bundles are available, if not all of them. They also do have 2 highlighters, and I will be featuring one of them in this video today. They have a lighter shade for lighter skin tones, and then they have a deeper shade for darker skin tones as well. And then they do have a lip set as well. I think it features like 4 or maybe 5 lip products. They're like lip glosses and liquid lipsticks. Those you do have to purchase as a lip set. They are not available for, you know, individual purchase. So yeah, if you want to know my thoughts on the wine palette, which I have as well, which I purchased as well, that video is already up on my channel, so definitely go check that one out if you were interested in seeing my thoughts and opinions on that one, since it is a purple palette. But yeah, so I am just using the lightest matte shade in the very first row just to kind of help set my eyeshadow primer a little bit, and I'm just using a fluffy BH Cosmetics brush to do so. I noticed that when I was using this palette that this palette is very true to Glamlite's normal formula. So at least for the 2 palettes that I tried, all the eyeshadows blend out beautifully, the colors are beautiful, the pigment is there, the formula for the shimmers is there, it works great. I didn't have any issues. I know that there was some people had said that the Michaela palette, that 1 or 2 of the shades didn't blend as well as some of the other Glamlite shades, but I don't notice that being an issue here in either one of these palettes. I will end up doing a second look, I'm sure, for both of these palettes at some point down the line, but I just wanted to get this initial video up for you guys while it was still on your minds. So yeah, I'm actually doing this voiceover in my car while I drink a grande iced chai tea latte with almond milk. So yeah, man. And then I just went in with one of the deeper shades, and I just went into my crease, I think, with that shade. That was good. All right, so the other 2 palettes in the collection are the Margarita palette and the Martini palette. So we have a chocolate martini, and then we have like another martini palette that I think is like it's just like olive tones, like greens, things like that are super beautiful. And then the Margarita palette, it has some brighter shades, like a really beautiful tropical blue, it's got some pink, it's got a couple other different vibrant colors in it, but I decided not to pick up those other 2. In hindsight, I kind of do want the other 2 palettes because they are still super pretty, but I just don't think that I need to spend the extra money on those. And the thing is, if I do buy them now, I probably wouldn't have got a savings, which kind of sucks. So I don't think I'll end up buying them, but I'm going to go in with the second deepest shade in the palette that's in the second row at the very end, and I'm just going to apply that in my crease using a Profusion brush. I actually really like this brush from Profusion. You can find it at Walmart. That's where I always usually get mine. And I just ended up picking this brush up on a whim, so yeah, but it works really nice. And so just, you guys moved a little bit there, but oh well. All right, so I'm just going to keep blending that out. As you can see, there's no struggles blending at all. It just seamlessly blends together, which is really nice. I do wish that they would have kind of done like a lipstick that matched each palette, if that makes sense, I guess. Like for Chocolate Martini, I wish they would have done sort of like a chocolatey lip color or something. And like for the olive tone palette, like maybe like a green tone that would like be like super pretty for fall. like a deep olive, like a really deep olivey green shade. I feel like that would be so pretty. And then for the Margarita palette, something bright pink or something that reminds you of one of the shades in the palette. At least I thought that would be super cool. And then for the, oh, what other palette am I missing? The wine palette, they could have done like a really deep Merlot shade. That's just like a deep cranberry. That would be so pretty. But if you look at the wine palette, it doesn't remind you of wine. That was one of the things that I mentioned in the video. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, besides the point. So I'm just still adding to my shadow, and now I'm using the very darkest shade in the palette, which is in the 4th row. I don't know how many rows are in this palette, like 3, I think. I don't know. Anyway, the darkest shadow in the last row, which is the darkest shadow in the palette, that is what I'm going to use on my outer corner, and I'm going to use this on the same exact brush. I'm not putting this any special type of way. I'm just putting it on the outer corner, just packing the pigment and then blending out ever so effortlessly, and that is what's going on there. This chai tea is actually really good. I usually get like cold foam or something on top, like vanilla cream cold foam. And then in the fall time, I usually get pumpkin cream cold foam, but I can't tell you the last time that I just had a chai tea with just straight up chai. I always get cold foam on it, but I just wasn't really feeling it lately, so this is what I got. I really have been wanting like a pumpkin spice latte, but I don't really drink them from Starbucks. I've never had one from Starbucks. I think I tried a sip of my friend's one time and I was just like, oh, not my cup of tea. All right, moving on, we're going to use the NYX Glitter Primer. I love this stuff. I use it all the time, every eyeshadow look that I do. I just feel like it always just makes my eyeshadow look so much better as far as the shimmers go. But the Glamlite formula does not need to add, like, the Glamlite formula can stand alone on its own. So then I just took that shimmery shade that's in the 2nd row, and I'm just going to apply that right over the glitter primer. NYX Glitter Primer works really well for shimmery shades and stuff like that, but whenever I went to use it for actual glitter, it didn't work very well. If you want something that's actually good as a glitter primer, get the Anastasia one. I believe it's still available. It isn't in stores, I don't believe. I haven't seen it in stores in a long time. It's probably been like a year or 2 since I've seen it in stores. But that is what I use on my clients to apply glitter. It works so very well. I actually should get some, but I don't wear, you know, like chunky glitter or anything like that often, so I don't have like a huge use for it. But that is definitely something that I highly recommend you doing, especially if you don't want to like put lash glue on your lids or anything like that. That glue is amazing. Highly recommend. All right, then I'm just going over with my finger just to get any extra pigment and stuff. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I'm just gonna like fast forward through some of this though, but I'll still leave the clip in so you can see you do the other side. But yeah, there's been like a lot of new palettes that have released lately in the last month or 2, and I just think that they're so pretty. But I don't know, I just have so many eyeshadow palettes and I really like want to make sure that I'm using them and everything. That's why I'm like going through my collection, and that's why I've been like using some older palettes that didn't just come out immediately. I know that it's not like super popular and stuff like that, but if you just like want to see a pretty eye look, I still feel like I should use the old ones, or at least show them. But anyway, all right, so now we're going to go into the last row, that deep kind of like burnt goldeny shade, and we're just gonna apply that to the outer corner. We're gonna put that right in between the lid shade that we just used and the darker shade of brown, and we're just kind of gonna mesh those together. And you know, but yeah, I'm in my car on break and I'm just like people watching, I guess. It's weird. Anyway, okay, so I'm just gonna touch up the outer edges of this look. Alright, and then I'm going to, we're gonna do something with the waterline here in a second, but I'm going to start with this color. This is the color that we're going to be using there. And I touch it a little bit on my waterline, but then I decided I'm going to use black first, and then I am going to just smudge that out with a little bit of that eyeshadow. So there's like this couple, I guess they're a couple, I don't know, I would assume they're a couple that they know each other, but it's so cute because I don't know if this is like their first date or anything. They don't look like this would be, they don't look like they're in first date attire right now, to be honest with you, because he's in basketball shorts and flip-flops and a t-shirt, and she's in leggings and flip-flops and like a tank top. So I don't know, but I don't know. They might be a couple. They might be newly dating or something like that. But anyway. All right. Let me stop being a creeper on people. Just gonna keep smudging that out. And then I'm going to go in with that very first shade in the first row, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of my eye. That's a pretty color. And then I'm just going to apply some mascara, because mascara is great. And I don't feel like doing anything with my eyelashes, like as far as actual lashes go. Like, me putting on a pair of lashes, pshaw, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. I'd rather poke out my eyeball, actually. But they always look so good with different makeup looks, so I always feel so, like, bad for, like, not doing it, but... yeah. Oh. The dude that was talking to the girl, he's definitely about to get like run over by this car. Anyway. Anyway. I always find it so interesting. People are weird. Anyway, back to this video. Let me not be distracted. Okay. So now we're going to take this highlight. This is the newer highlight from them. It's one of the ones that's in the collection. This is the Mimosa Highlighter. As you can see, it's like a yellow gold shade. So yeah, and it's $14. I really like the texture of this. It's powdery. I won't say, it's not like a thick powdery, but if you tap off the brush, you will see the sparkles and like the formula go in the air, if that makes sense. I'll say it's more of like an airy texture of a highlighter. And I'm just gonna line my lips with the Morphe Lip Liner in the shade Date Night. I really like Morphe's lip liners. Morphe, I have mixed feelings about, because I'm like, some of the things that they do are shady and everything, and I'm just like, oh, some days it's just like, oh, why are you like this? But now I'm going to use the Propa Beauty lipstick in the shade Her Magic. The formula is actually really nice, and I actually really enjoyed it with this look. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, this brand is really nice. I love their lipsticks. I have another one that's more like a cool toned shade, and it's also really, really pretty. But yeah, that is this finished look. I really enjoyed the palette. I will be doing another look, so if you want to be notified when I upload that new look, definitely subscribe. See you soon.